All right, guys, we're with Nicholas Chang at Beckett Grading. Just kidding, everybody. All right, hey, it's Daniel with VintageMagic.com, and we're with our friend Derek.
What's up, guys?
All right, so Derek is actually, let me point this at Derek. Derek, you're on the queue.
Oh, boy.
Derek, explain what you're doing here at Beckett today.
So what I am doing here is I am taking Mr. Daniel's order of Magic the Gathering cards. So ultimately, what Daniel has done here is he has filled out, which this is perfect. The way he's done it is absolutely how you're supposed to submit here at Beckett.
Well, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Guys, let me just, Derek has a good point. I don't know if you can focus on this, but I have a blister on my, okay, so the point is, guys, do not ever do 100 plus, there's like 200 plus cards here. Handwritten.
Yeah.
And I even put my address on every single, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So Derek's going to explain what you should do to avoid all the problems. Okay, Derek, explain. Please tell everybody.
Yeah, if you have a handful of cards, what he did is the way to go. You fill it out completely, but if you have a big batch of cards and you don't want to end up having blisters, Excel spreadsheet is going to be your best friend. So type out an Excel spreadsheet, print it off, or you can send it to us directly if you have an account manager. We'll be able to print it off for you. That way it'll save a ton of time, a ton of hassle, and hopefully no blisters on your hand.
All right, perfect. Derek, how do you get account manager, or how does that work for a bit?
Sure.
Yeah, how does that work?
So if you are basically living in the United States, there are 3 different account managers based on territories. What you can do is you can email beckett.com/grading and you can say, hey, I live in Dallas, Texas. Who is my account manager? Well, you're looking at him. I'm in the home office, so I handle all Midwest customers as well as Southeast customers. We have Charles Stabile on the East Coast, located in New York, and Mike Gardner, who is the West Coast sales manager in Southern California. So if you have any questions trying to figure out who's who, where should I go, who should I talk to, just email grading@beckett.com. We'll help you out.
So just more specifically, are you like an individual, or is it more like a business?
No, anyone. If you have one card that you want to get done, as long as you're able to pay for the fees,
right?
No membership fees apply, anything like that. You just pay whatever's off the form, and you're good to go.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. All right. There you go, guys. Because before, back in the Wild West days, I don't even think, actually, now I think about it, I don't think PSA has account managers yet.
I don't know.
No, when I haven't checked with them for a while. I haven't graded with them for a long time. Sure. But back in the day, guys, when you guys graded cards, there was no one to talk to other than the 1-800 customer service.
Correct.
Or you go to a show or something.
Exactly.
Now
you have a little bit more personal access to guys that are directly in-house. And
that was the main reason why Beckett did that.
Exactly.
Yeah, relationships.
Yeah. We want the relationship because we're willing to help you out if you're willing to work with us.
Awesome.
So it's a two-way street here.
Okay, so what I did, guys, is 3 orders. Guys, we had a YouTube video earlier about all the cards, so I don't need to go through the cards, but I blocked my name off. Account number, it doesn't really matter, I guess. Yeah. So basically, this is the JSA form, or not JSA, now
BAS.
it's BAS. And it's interesting, guys, what's really cool is Steve Grad, and who's the other guy?
Brian Sambero.
I remember these guys from PSA DNA.
Yeah.
They now have moved over to Beckett. They're still located in the West Coast. And what happens is, with autograph cards, with Magic the Gathering and specifically, they still grade them, but the process is you submit them in, right?
Correct. Yep.
And then they will work with, those guys come to Dallas once in a while, or they scan them in, whatever.
Yeah.
And the turnaround time is typically
20 to 30 business days.
Yeah.
So it is non-guaranteed.
Right.
So if it takes a little bit longer, they got to take that time. They want to make sure it's 100% correct.
That's very understandable. So guys, if you have autographed cards, make sure you understand it's a non-guaranteed service.
Correct.
Now, also Derek's going to be very kind here. Explain to us before we go on the services.
Sure.
We have a 10-day guarantee today, and then we have the 45, 60-day, whatever the non-guarantee. So explain what happened. Why did you guys change over to that?
Yeah. So it was, to be honest, a long time coming. I don't think we've had a price change in a very, very long time.
Yeah.
To where our submission forms were needing to be updated because of it. So with that said, we did have to do a little bit of wiggle room as far as, you know, raise those prices, because ultimately we have gotten so busy. This is going to be a historic year for Beckett.
Wow.
Which is great.
Yeah, exciting.
But we want to take those benefits and give them eventually to the customer.
Right.
But unfortunately, with that said, we have become so backlogged
Right.
in orders that we are having some delays, which is definitely not what anyone wants.
Right.
So we had to do a little bit of wiggle room as far as, or really just making sure that non-guaranteed service is changing from the 20 to 45 day, and it's going to be 100% non-guaranteed.
Right.
So the 20-day guaranteed service, the 45-day guaranteed service, we had to make it into a non-guaranteed.
All right, so guys, to be clear, it's 2-day, 5-day, 10-day are guaranteed services, premium services.
Yep.
Then you got your good old 20 or your 20 to 60-day non-guaranteed, depending on the business
Correct.
demand. Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, I'm not gonna go through these cards again, but all we have here are the submissions for the autograph. Then we have the submission for the 10-day, and this roundabout table with Nick. Nick's had a big poop and everything, guys. If you guys want to come by and babysit, here's all the 45 days, whatever the non-guarantee, that's fine. And that's all it is. So when you submit the cards, if you come to Dallas, all it's going to be is, let me zoom here. All it's going to be, it's a very simple process. If you come meet Derek, or you can meet a representative.
Yeah.
You just submit the cards. It's very fast and simple. If you submit hundreds and hundreds of cards, whatever, do not, for the love of God,
Stickers that are on those pieces.
write it out. I've been here for like nearly 2 hours because it's not their fault. I made a mistake writing the wrong forms. I wrote this, dude, it's awful. But
Brutal.
luckily I'm not leaving till tomorrow.
There you go.
There it is. So that's all you have to do. Derek, thanks again, man.
Anytime.
Thanks for all your help.
Yeah, I'm
Derek's a
always
really
here.
nice guy.
Yeah, I'm always
And then
here.
there's Mike Gardner, my rep in West Coast, and there's another guy. What's his name?
Charles. Yeah.
Very nice guys. You guys go to beckett.com/grading.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys check it out for all you Magic the Gathering fans. And thanks
Yeah.
again for watching. Take care. All right, guys.
Cool.
Perfect.